and welcome to Yoga with Michelle. Today we are going to do a wheel tutorial or full Dhanurasana. This is something that was requested, so feel free to comment and request. Let me know what things you would like to see that I can bring to this community. So we're going to do a few different variations. Take your time. Work up to the level that works for you. Maybe you try one thing and it doesn't work, so you go back to the previous level and then you build up your strength. Now, I will give you a full disclosure. I do not love wheel. Some people love it, they go into it. I just had an aversion to it for years, and I don't know why. Maybe it's one of those things, like the thing that you're afraid to do, you should be doing more often. So maybe that's something I need to be working on for the rest of 2020. But this is a deep heart opener. It is strength and opening for the shoulders, as well as strength and opening for the low back. And so maybe that's why I have a bit of an aversion. So I broke my back when I was 12, one of my vertebrae, one, maybe two, I can't remember. And so I have had low back issues for a while, and I think going into deep back bends has been a scary, challenging thing. But I had one yoga instructor say that that's the story we tell ourselves to keep us in limiting beliefs. So I know that that's a story I tell myself, that, oh, I have an injury, so therefore I cannot do X, Y, and Z, which really that's a bunch of BS. Basically is what the yoga instructor said, that we need to recognize those stories we tell ourselves, but also recognize that they are holding us back. So let's get rid of any of those stories and let's move forward into our wheel pose. So we're going to start on our back, and let's just go ahead and hug the knees into the chest and then take the knees side to side, just gently stretching and warming up that low back here. And then hold on to the knees and take the knees in one direction, nice big circles here. Well, I already have a sticky spot on my left low back, so I'm going to be just aware of that, and you be aware of whatever you're working with today. And then take those knees over to the other side. And then back through center. So we're going to place our feet down, gaze down, so you really want your knees in line with your hip bones, and your feet are hip width distance. Now, sometimes people turn their feet in or too far out. So you really want your feet to be in a slightly neutral position, maybe even a little pigeon toe. So your back is nice and flat. Snuggle the shoulders down the back, press the palms into the mat, and then lift up. Now, we are in our bridge pose. This is the precursor to our wheel pose. So your back is nice and flat, your abs are in, your legs are working, your legs aren't going out. They're kind of working in with an inward rotation of the inner thighs. And there is plenty of space between the neck and chin, and the back of the neck is nice and long. So from here, we're going to put all the weight into our right leg and try to pick up the left. So we're in a one-legged bridge, and then put that foot down, left foot, that's all the weight, and that right foot picks up. Now we're going to lift up onto the toes, lift the hips a little bit higher, then relax everything down. Now take your feet wide and your knees together. So there are a few different variations you can do in your bridge pose, and we're going to take those into our wheel. All right, so bring your feet back in line with your hips and your knees, right in line. Go ahead and snuggle the shoulders and place the hands, palms down, fingers moving toward your shoulders. So my fingertips are almost at my shoulders. Now, as you can see, my elbows are kind of wide, so I'm going to work on bringing them up and together. From here, we're going to push up and roll to the top of the head. Now, I will say this is a step I used to skip, but I don't anymore, because this is a place where I can get my hands in better alignment. So walk my hands back, move my elbows in, then press up. So the idea is to straighten the arms and straighten the legs. You can come onto the tiptoes, or place all that weight in the right foot, lift the left, lower down, lift the right, and then come all the way back down. Ooh, haven't done that one in a while. Felt pretty good. And then release. Let's shake our head, hug everything in. And then we're going to roll forward and back, coming up to a seated position. So if you love wheel pose and you want to go into a different variation, there's a deeper variation where you can walk back so your elbows are on the ground. I can do that, but today is not the day that I'm going to do that. So maybe that will be a future tutorial. So thank you so much, and I hope to see you next time. Enjoy your practice.